Hi everybody, in this video I will compare charter and public schools in the United States. I know that some of you may be receiving job offers from either of these two types of schools, so it would be helpful to understand how these two are different and similar. Please subscribe to my channel and check out all the videos I already created about teaching and living in the US on a visa. I also have a Facebook page where I share a wide range of information on the same subject and other international teaching opportunities for teachers. Charter schools and public schools are both forms of taxpayer-funded education in the US that are free of charge and open to all students regardless of family income. Charter schools are operated independently of local school district. They are typically started by a group of teachers, parents, or community members who have a vision for a different kind of school. Charter schools must apply for a charter from the state. They are held accountable for meeting certain performance standards. Here are some of the key differences between charter schools and public schools. Student performance. The typical charter school student is outperforming their traditional public school peers by a significant margin, according to the 2023 National Charter School Study released by Stanford University Center for Research on Education Outcomes. If you want to read the article, I have the link down below. School size. Charter schools are typically smaller than public schools. Governance. Charter schools are typically governed by a board of directors, while public schools are governed by a local school board. This means that charter schools have more autonomy over their own policies and practices. Funding. Charter schools receive public funding, but they are also allowed to raise private funds. Public schools are funded entirely by the government. This means that charter schools have more flexibility in how they spend their money. Admission. Charter schools can have more selective admission policies than public schools. Public schools are required to accept all students who live in their district. This means that charter schools can choose to admit students based on factors such as academic achievement, behavior, or special needs. According to the National Education Association, charter schools often push out children who are unwanted or harder to teach. Public schools have more children with disabilities, especially severe disabilities. Children who are unwanted, expelled, or disciplined out of charter schools end up at local public schools or out of school altogether. Curriculum. Charter schools have more flexibility in their curriculum than public schools. Public schools are required to follow the state's curriculum standards. This means that charter schools can offer a wider range of courses and programs, and they can be more innovative. Charter schools are often able to experiment much more with teaching strategies and philosophies. They may, for example, have a pedagogical focus like STEM, Montessori, or college preparation. Accountability. Charter schools are held accountable for their performance through a variety of metrics, including test scores and graduation rates. Public schools are also held accountable for their performance, but the metrics are typically different. This means that charter schools are under more pressure to perform well. They may be shut down by sponsors, for instance, governing bodies, if they are seen as failing. Teacher qualifications. Both types of schools are subject to some of the same regulations, such as those related to teacher qualifications and testing. But for the most part, public schools have more strict requirements when it comes to teacher certification. Specific requirements, though, depend from one state to another and from one visa type to another for foreign teachers. Teacher salary. In general, the salary you'd earn in a charter school is significantly lower than what you'd earn in a traditional public school. However, it is important to note that some charter schools do offer somewhat better pay than the public schools in their areas. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, there are 98,755 U.S. public schools in 2023, while there are about 7,800 charter schools in 2022. Ultimately, the best type of school for a particular student will depend on the individual student's needs and preferences. Some students may thrive in the more structured environment of a public school, while others may prefer the more individualized attention that is often available at a charter school. Now, when it comes to which type of school is better for foreign teachers, I would say it depends on what you value more. For instance, it would look like students in charter schools will be easier to manage since they tend to not accept problem students, as opposed to public schools that are required to accept all students. If you want better pay, then go for public schools. Weigh your options according to what you feel would work best for you. I hope this video helps you in some way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!